Super Mario RPG is one of my favorite games of all time. I remember getting this little gem back in high school, and I just played like the bejesus out of it. And over the course of all these years, I guess I'd say I've played through it like 10 times. I just never get sick of it. It is fantastic. So today, in anticipation of the upcoming remaster, I wanted to go back and look at the SNES version of the game and rank all the characters here from worst to best. So, let's go ahead and get started. Number 5, Bowser. Tank characters can either be really good or really bad in RPGs, and in Bowser's case, he's bottom of the barrel. You can only have 3 characters in your party, and because of that, you really have to be choosy with them. And while Mario, a well-rounded attacker and tank, is required, Bowser just becomes redundant and offers nothing unique, except I guess for making other monsters run away in fear. The only thing that he has going for him is his HP, because he is outclassed in every single other stat by other characters. And then, to top it off, the best equipment in the entire game that he gets is comparable to Princess Toadstool's starting equipment. That would be laughable if it wasn't just so sad. Then, there's his abilities. He gets the least amount of them in the entire game, and they all pretty much just either completely suck, or they're just way too expensive. And not only that, they don't hit any elemental weaknesses whatsoever either. The King of the Koopas is just so one note, all he can really do is attack. He's as slow as a turtle, and about as versatile as one too. Number 4, Jeno. Now that I've taken out the trash, we're on a race to the top. And many people love to use Jeno, and I've gotta say that he is a great physical fighter with attack stats up there equal to Bowser. However, he is kind of like the definition of a glass cannon, with really high attack power, but low HP growth and pretty abysmal defense. So you would think that maybe his abilities might make up for them, and for the most part, they do! Like I said before, this is a race to the top after all, but my big issue with him is that most of his abilities are pretty situational, such as like the Jeno Boost, which you probably only want to use during boss fights. And well, yeah, Jeno Flash and Whirl are pretty ridiculous, but they're also really hard to pull off properly. And I know that Flash can hit max damage, but I personally have never once actually been able to do that. So maybe it's more of a me problem than a Jeno problem, but this is my ranking. I will say this, Jeno is probably more useful than the next character on the list for boss fights, but since boss fights are few and far between, I just had to put the next character, or as I like to call him, the Random Battle Destroyer, just a notch higher. Number 3, Mallow. I am well aware that many people don't like this little puffball, but I am not one of them. I love Mallow. Not only is he a wonderful character during the storyline, but his moveset is fantastic as well. As I've said before, I would probably take him out during the boss fights, but definitely keep the Marshmallow Man in during those random encounters. His Thunderbolt can easily clear the vast majority of random mobs for a measly 2 flower points, and for the first half of the game, he's the only character that you have with access to healing, not to mention his Psychopath ability, which allows you to figure out weaknesses. Then, later on, he gets the second most powerful single target ability in the game, Lightning, and later on, another multi-targeting screen clearing ability in Snowy that will just devastate any random encounter you ever come across. He is the only character able to easily exploit multiple weaknesses, and if you bring him down to the sunken ship, he can just clean house, making grinding a breeze. So, if you're looking for a great character to throw in your party for grinding, look no further than Mallow. Number 2, Mario. I always think it's fun when the hero of the game is not the best character. That tells me that the other characters are balanced in such a way to make it so that you don't just default to the hero's strengths. And well, yes, Mario is strong, able to deal a ton of damage with his jumps as well as exploit fire weaknesses. He doesn't have that versatility of Mallow, Jeno, or Princess Toadstool. But what he lacks in versatility, he definitely makes up for with his great all-around physical stats. And honestly, he's mandatory anyway, so you'd better hope that the guy is actually good and he lives up to the hype. Most of his moves are pretty easy to pull off while also being very powerful, and he has high HP, attack, and defense that just make other attackers a little bit redundant. Well, at least one dumb turtle completely redundant. And finally, number 1, Princess Toadstool. Can somebody tell me why she's getting kidnapped so often when she's the strongest character in the entire game? I mean, come on! Bowser is a bottom-of-the-barrel basic bitch, and Toadstool just wrecks the competition, and we're supposed to believe that she's a damsel in distress? Girl, get real. Even if all she had going for her was her group hug, she would still probably be a staple on my team. But she is so much more than that. She can attack right on up there with the best of them, and later on with the Lazy Shell, she's just like invincible. I know some of you might be shocked that I feel that she's better than Mario, but Mario can be replaced by Jeno or even Bowser if you just want like a physical attacker. But this bitch is a mainstay must-have on your team. Not only for the harder boss fights, but she's just super powerful too, so she's perfect for those randoms as well. So that's it for all the characters in Super Mario RPG ranked from worst to best. Do you agree or disagree, and how would you rank the characters yourself? Let's get a discussion going on here, and let's all talk and chat about it, because I'm always in the comments too. And if you like what I do on the channel, please head on over to the Patreon to sign up for early access to my videos and behind the scenes photographs. The links to it is over in the video description. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day.